Okay, hey guys, can everyone hear me? Yep. All right, I'm just going to mute you, mute all. Okay. So welcome. Tonight we're going to be discussing the GIFT project. I've had a great talk with Adam and Kira. Those of you who don't know, Adam and Kira are our leaders here in Australia. And I had a very interesting talk with them. It was very interesting. And so I'd like to share that with you. But before I start, I want to share with you what our vision is for this team, for anyone's team. We've got a few here from New Zealand. We've got Carleen, and actually most of us are from New Zealand. We've got Renee and Sheridan. I haven't met you, Sheridan. Hello, if that's what the label is there. But so, hey. So for you, those of you who don't know, I'm Henrietta. I live in Tasmania. I'm originally from Mount Maunganui. Most of my team are, I've got 3 teamies in New Zealand, and I've got 8 here in Australia. Our team's been up for 4 months this week. We've been running Juice Plus. And so when I went to conference in June, there were 2 things I came away with that. And there's the one thing that I want to share with you was my vision to take this back home to New Zealand. Because of the Kiwis that were there, I'm not sure if any of you guys were there. Feel free to message and chat if you were. But it was just an awesome presentation from New Zealand. And I knew then and there that I wanted to share this with my family back in New Zealand. And so when this came up and I discussed this with my team, we just thought we'd run with it, we'd go with it. So what it is, this isn't backwards, is it? When I do things, sometimes it's backwards. No, okay, cool. So what it is the GIFT project. And so actually I'm going to unmute you, Carleen. Do you guys know what 90-day game plan is? Have you done that in New Zealand?
Not yet.
No, okay, all right. So I'm going to share with you what the 90-day game plan is, exactly what it is. I think some of you may not know, some of you do know because I've already spoken to you, but this is what it is in a nutshell. When we do a burst of activity, we really start to advance our business forward. And it's the energy that's created that will create a sustained momentum to launch our business to the next level. Just a huge burst where we all work together, and that's why I've got a few, some of you Kiwis on. So this energy comes from massive action, just going full on massive action for 90 days. And this isn't new, it's created by Eric Worre. And it's a business building strategy that's used to accomplish these outcomes and massive action in a small amount of time, so that after that momentum from the 90 days is used to create this business where we just maintain and train the team that we've created in that time. So he relates it to, don't go to sleep. He relates it to, so like an aeroplane, when it takes off, it uses 100% thrust to take off, 100%. But if it were to maintain that in the air, you'd lose fuel straight away. So the thrust happens just at the beginning. And then after that, it's pretty much cruise control, okay? So what we want to do is really action this. I've put the video in my team. It's in another group, the 90-day game plan from Eric Worre. It's about writing down our goals and our action commitments. We do that together. We work together. So just quickly, you know, he highlights a couple of myths, which was really interesting for me. And so I only watched this just a week ago. And one of the myths was slow and steady wins the race. You know, we'll take our time, we'll go slow and steady. But, you know, that won't happen with this plane. It needs 100% for a short time to get off the ground. Running this plane at 20, 30, 40% won't get it off the ground. And that's what this is based on. Your business, if you take it slow and steady, you may not get it off the ground. This is Eric Worre, this isn't me. But if you have a burst of energy and work it really hard for a short amount of time, it could actually change your life. Now, his example, the first time he did it, I think it was the first time he did it back in '92, he was earning $100,000 in his business. Okay, and you think, whoa, actually that's really cool. Well, the following year he did this for the first time, and the following year he earned $800,000. Now he can pinpoint that back to this 90-day massive action that he took. All right. So the second myth he said was just don't quit. You know, eventually you'll make all kinds of money, and that's really cool. Now, I did share that, you know, there's only really two ways that you can fail at this business. And that is, actually I didn't share it, sorry, Adam did, is if you give up and you don't get started. So it can happen. But, you know, if we just invest 90 days in really making this happen and taking massive action, and we do it together, we can really, really start achieving some goals here. And so when I've watched it, I was like, oh wow, this just makes sense. It was the first time I'd seen it a week ago. So this is what it is: 20 recruits in 30 days for 3 months. Okay, that's the vision. So 20 people on board for 30 days each month, 60 people. So this is what he said: 20 new people on board in 30 days. Okay, you're projected to have 12 that actually do something immediately. Okay, 8 might disappear. 8 of them in 90 days are going to keep learning, working and growing. 4 in 12 months out of the 20 are going to keep continuing to show up, and 2 will become top earners. And Eric Worre said that 6-figure earners are the ones who do the 30-day burst and the 90-day game plan. And this is in network marketing, and I've seen it, Isagenix do this, Kiani do it, there's another company that do it. Okay, so it's not new. Now, if you did 20 recruits in 20 months, 8 will do something. Okay, 4 might do 90 days of dedication. 1 will do 12 months of dedication. And, you know, do you see how that works? It's that speed. And then, so you've got to really look at what your goals are. That's the main thing, the very first thing. What are your goals in this? So this is what the GIFT project is. Where are we? The GIFT project. Okay. The GIFT project is pre-launch would start the 1st of October to October the 31st. And this is just where we get together every week. and we start preparing for the 1st of November. So we talk to our families, and you decide. Now, I know some of you work, so you have to decide whether you're going to be working doing this, 12, 16 hours a day, or if you're a worker, you're going to be doing it 8 hours a day. And before we carry on, I just want to share something with you, which I thought was really cool. And I shared it in my team today. So you might think, what? We're doing that much in this amount of time? Okay. You have 2 of these, right? 2. Because we all have the same amount of hours in the day, don't we? So clocks, 24 hours. Okay, you know the numbers. I won't add them in. So what you do is really nut out what time you have to work on this. So if there was AM, PM, whoops, that's 12, not 1. You know, you're looking at maybe from 10 o'clock, depending on when you go to sleep, to, if you're like me, you get up early, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's your sleep time. And then what you start doing is you start blocking out your day. And so 4 o'clock to Red's my business, 4 o'clock to say 7 o'clock. That for me would be time to do my business. Actually, there's a bit in there where I do a few rituals of my own, might be half an hour, but that would be for me business. And then 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, depending on what you're doing, could be, you know, getting kids ready for school. Now, for me, 9 o'clock to, oh, sorry, this is PM. I'd be going into the next day now. But 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock is when I have my children at school. So what you do is start really blocking out what time you have. What time do you have, so that you know and your family know, hey, no, from 7 to this time. And look, guys, I'm only doing it for 3 months. And then after that, we'll just enjoy our time. You know, you may want to give them an incentive or something like that. So that they know, and you're not doing it, you know, they talk about stolen moments, but when we do this 90-day game plan, they know, oh, hang on a minute, Mum's busy from 4 to 7. Well, they're asleep anyway, so that's when I like doing my business. But 9 to 12, full attention to whatever for me, I homeschool, so full attention to my kids, and they know that. Then 12 o'clock, if we were to come back up here, 12 o'clock, say to 4. What colour's business? It's supposed to be red. So what have we got already? We've got 4 to 7, 3, 12 to 4. That's 7 hours for me so far. But that's something that we negotiate with our family. And that's what we do from the 1st of October to the 1st to 31st of October. We start going through, for those of you in my team, the manual. At the end, you've got the memory jogger where you're writing down names of fresh contacts. We start looking at how we're going to run the actual project, which is from the 1st of November to the end of January. We start looking at how often we're going to meet, and we do that, you know, block out our time, and we start getting people excited about what this is. And this is what this is. Here's the purple, guys. Took my purple. This is what this is. It's the gift of health, and wealth. So I've got a couple of images up there. I started yesterday. Actually, I started as soon as I watched the video. I started a week ago, sharing that we are doing this. But yesterday and today I've started putting up, and it's got there, 1st of November, 1st of November. And I've had people contact me, hey, what's this gift project? You know what I mean? When you start putting things in front of people's eyes, they start getting curious. What is this? And we can start doing that October 1st while we're planning this, the actual 3 months. We start sharpening our skills. For my team, the skills are your DMO. The skills are how you're going to talk. So we might have some role play, because some of you might still be a bit afraid to share. Other skills are how are you going to respond to Facebook messages. The other skills could be customer care, okay? And so we look at that during the pre-launch, all right? Looking at our contacts, and I want you guys to consider writing down 300 plus contacts in that month. And then the project launches, all right? So the project launches, our people know, hopefully they know, bring them on early. And the beauty of this too is that, you know, that new fee, we're doing it, lucky we're doing it now, then they can pay this new fee. They don't have to, you know, we don't really want to do it earlier than the 1st of October. So that is the framework for that month. Now, the thing is here, got this? Block out your time and be serious about it. Tell your family, you know, we still have families. We still have to do dinner. Block out dinner so that you're not on your Facebook and, you know, you're trying to do dinner and go, oh, hang on, I'll just do this. Hang on, I'll just do this. You make sure it's blocked out so that your family go, look, I've got 1 more hour. I'll be with you in a minute. They totally understand. They really would. But you make sure you block out your time. So 20 and 30 times 3 months. And I'm thinking you're going, what? Mate, I haven't even got 1. But there's a difference between doing that, what we're doing now, just, you know, going with the flow, and what we're about to do as a team. Okay, we're going to have Zooms every week. I have Zooms with my team every week, but we have 1 Zoom and 1 training. Okay, we want people on these Zooms every week. So 1st of November, and it's just rinse, repeat, do the same thing for the next 3 months. All right, so the first 1 to 10 days, we are contacting. DMO's big, you know, your daily method of operation. We're inviting and presenting. If you know what that is, you know what presenting is? Home events. Getting someone in, you do an event at home. All right. Wherever you are. That time I had, that girl, what's her name, Emma Snedden, she's actually presenting on Saturday, and she's sharing about time management. She said, look, you've got, this is your work, let's say you're working, but she said you've got 2 slots, 5-minute slots, where you have like smoko or a toilet break. That's your business. Okay? We're taking every minute of the day for all-out massive action. All right? We utilize our tools. We get to know our scripts. We get to know the starter guide. And the big thing is we get to really understand GoPro to increase your belief in the industry. Eric Warre's GoPro. That's a biggie, biggie. And then the second 10 days, so 11 to 20, where it's probably mostly follow-up period. We're doing 3-way calls. Adam's offered to do some calls with our team. We can bring him on. We start answering questions. And then 21 to 30, 30th day of the month, we're closing our 20 people. So how do you feel about this? Does this resonate with you? Is this something that could be something for you? Would you like to join us? Okay. All right. And we help them get started. And we can do that all together. And that happens November, December. Obviously, there's going to be a little break in there for Christmas and January. Same thing. First 10 days, contacting, inviting. You have one home event. We do our Zoom and really get to know our business. Second 10 days, we're following up with people. And so if we looked at, we have about even 100 contacts. You can get 100 contacts easy. I'm not just talking Facebook. I'm talking about, I've spoken to my hairdresser. I've spoken to the guys at the airport, and all you do is just get your phone. And all it was, one guy goes, hey, so the guy at the airport, when they pat you down. So why were you here? I was here for a conference. What sort of conference? Well, then I told him what the conference was. And he goes, really? I pulled out my juice beans. You carry your product everywhere with you. And you really get to talk business when you're out and about one-on-one. And I'm going to bring Adam in to train us on that one. He is the master at that. Actually, I better write that down. Adam, to do one-on-one. Face-to-face. Okay, we'll do that in this pre-launch period. I'll get Adam in. That's all he does. I've seen him. I've seen him at work. He's just like, hey, how's it going? And you know what? When I was at conference with them, when we all do this together, we all create a vibe where we start getting bold. And my team have been doing some lives. They've been so cool. They've been so cool. I've been watching them. You're inspiring me. I share lives in our private teams, and on my business page, but I don't always put it on my personal page, but now I am. When everyone's doing the same thing, you motivate each other, right? And so if we learn to do face-to-face, that's what I was saying when I was at conference, and I'll share a story. We were at the gala dinner, and there was a person, a waitress, and because we're all together, we're doing all the same thing. There was a guy, a friend of mine, he was next to me, and the waitress came up and I was genuine, I said, you're really good at what you're doing, because she was smiling. And I said, how long have you been doing this? And my friend next to me knew what I was doing. I was sharing the opportunity with her. And so we started behind her. We were punching each other because he wanted to talk to her. I wanted to talk to her. But it was just that vibe. We were all together doing it. And then what you do is you go, they ask about us and what we're doing. And then you go, hey, you're on Facebook. Find yourself on Facebook. Open up Facebook, and they know how to find themselves because they know their name. They know their picture. And find yourself on Facebook, and I'll send you some information. It's simple, just simple as that. Okay? So when we all start doing that face-to-face, this is something that I really want our team to embrace. We're really good at doing the Facebook, you know, the messages. I think we can really embrace this face-to-face, and we can learn from Adam, who's the expert at that. And then we are looking at the event. Now, I'm speaking to Adam. Now, this is interesting for those of you who were on a training last week with me about this. You know what? We may have just limited our vision when it comes to New Zealand. Adam there are some people back in New Zealand that have just started the business, and they are just rocking this business. There are a couple of people doing it. They've only just started. Initially, our approach was going to be different to Australia. But after speaking to Adam and Kira, they created the model here. And I'd heard the story before, I'd been told this. When they started leading with the business, the UK were like, nah, you know what, that doesn't work. And we've shared that before. Cheryl said that UK was all about weight loss, so they just shared the product. But UK said, you can't do that. Well, Adam and Kira have proved that wrong. They have built this amazing model where they lead with the business, and now they've got people here, just this phenomenal growth. Freestyle, Adam and Kira's team, are the fastest growing team in Juice Plus in the world. And I heard that from someone who's been in the company, NSA, for 40 years. Juice Plus has only been around 23 years, but she's been in the company for 40 years, ever since it started with other products. And she said that same thing. I've heard it on a call. And so after speaking with them, and it was good that I spoke to them with before, I think we may have, when we started off talking last week, we may have limited our vision. And we need to increase that vision and take this model back to New Zealand and share this amazing opportunity for the business, the gifts of wellness and wealth. Because I know sometimes it can be hard for us to share the business. You know, firstly asking money, we might have our own money limiting beliefs. And it was really interesting talking to them. So I think we can actually increase our vision for New Zealand and change that model back in New Zealand. It's about families. Adam's noticed since doing tours around Australia that the low socioeconomic, low demographics, the little townships, they're the ones that are really doing amazing in this business because they want it and they need it. And so why not us back home? All right? Okay. So first thing we need is, actually, no, that's it. That's pretty much it. So thoughts on what I've just shared. Have we been in touch with Australian? Colleen, no, I was. Celine, where are you? I'm going to unmute you. Where are you? Oh, you can unmute yourself. I can't find you. No, I haven't. I was actually trying to connect with Celine because she was here in Hobart over the last few days. But I wanted to connect with Adam and Kira first because they are our leaders here. And so Adam and Kira are like, you know, we can take this model back to New Zealand. Why can't we do that? They explained how we can do that. by sharing the business and sharing the quality of life for our families and for our children in both areas, health and wellness. So no, I haven't contacted them. Adam is willing to do a tour during the week of the event, and he's really on board with doing a tour. And obviously, you know, with this 90 days, it's not just, the focus is not just New Zealand. It just so happens that most of us are from New Zealand. We're focusing anywhere. The event just happens to be in New Zealand. That's what I was going to say. With the work that we would have done the previous 90 days, I believe we would have built up enough interest, maybe team, and in New Zealand for when Adam comes over and he can come and do some training / events over there. So he's more than happy to. He just wants some committed leaders that are willing to do that with him and travel around with him. So yeah. Any questions? Someone's unmuted. Do you understand that? That's the vision for what we're doing here. Liz, what will that look like? Can you explain that?
So is the event still a thing to happen, or is it that concept change?
What do you guys think? I like the idea of the event. You know, yeah, I like the idea of the event. Adam said, you know, I think it'd be good if we just ran a whole heap of events. We could still do that. I think it's my idea was to just have the one event and not do a whole heap. But Adam's willing to take a few leaders around and start doing some, and I'm happy to do an event after he's done his thing. And I don't know about you guys. I love events. I love going to conferences. What do you think? What do you guys think? What model are we talking about? Is that something we are already doing here? Yeah. So, yeah, it is. It's something we're doing here. What they do here is they lead with the quality of life, with the business. They're leading with, they're leading with both. Cheryl, we were talking to Cheryl, it seems they lead with the product only. And when Adam and Kira started doing what they were doing here in Australia, UK was saying, no, it can't be done. And I've already heard the story. Can't be done, can't be done. They've proved it wrong. They've proved that wrong. And the model is leading with both the products and the business. And so upon talking to the leadership team last Thursday, our focus was on the product, wasn't it? It was increasing the quality of their life, increasing their health, just making them want to be around and things like that. And so the business wasn't quite up there when we were discussing that. But that's the model. Do you understand that? That's the model, was leading with both. And I mean, that's the name of our project. It's the gift, growing in faith together and embracing the gifts of wellness and wealth.
Sharing the whole gift.
Sharing the whole gift, exactly. Not just the one. You know, and I do now. After talking to them, I had this idea, you know, we were limiting ourselves. Why can't we share that? Because they have shared before. These are people who have been on stage, and they said, if you can't afford it, then you need it. You know what I mean? If they can't afford it, then they need this. And then we just show them about how, we just teach them how to get their money back in 10 days. We teach them how to do what we're doing. Absolutely, for the event. Oh, cool. Yeah. Our intention should be both. The whole gift. I like that. Was that you, Colleen? That's cool. No, it wasn't.
Was it? Okay.
Did you say whole gift?
Yeah, it was.
You said whole gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Because it is a gift. Oh, it's you, Debs. Oh, okay. So, what do we think? What do we think? 30 days of all out. I'm prepared to do that. And then just maintain after. Now the event, we have so many people that can help with this. Rhonda, I'm not sure she's on tonight. She's in New Zealand. She's a nurse. She's she works with the Howaters in North Auckland, and she's got contacts in Tauranga, but she does mostly North Auckland. And so we have that ability to create an event where we can, bring everyone together and share this as well as this tour that Adam wants to do. Adam can take care of the tour. He's the tour expert. We just follow along and, he needs 100% commitment from us. I'm willing to do that, and whoever else wants to be on board that's his thing. The tour, he's just so awesome at that. He did a few around Australia. He's just come back from Townsville, and so we can talk to him and bring him on board that. Thoughts? What are your thoughts? We've got a nice group on tonight. Awesome, guys. That's what the 90-day game plan is. It's getting our families, our friends excited about this opportunity, the opportunity to embrace their wellness and embrace wealth. That's what this is. I really think it is. It is a gift. It is a gift that we have here. So, what else did I have here? Any thoughts? I had something else. Goals. We need a goal. But 1st of October, we start creating our vision. Do it now. I'm going to do it now. 3 things you want from this. I got your message. Thank you. Okay.
So H. Ooh.
Hey.
So within this event has now turned into a tour instead.
That's something I'm going to leave with. I'm going to leave with Adam. What do you guys think? I believe we can still run an event because we have so many contacts back home. And it doesn't have to be huge, because we now have this tour where we will now go to different towns. Adam's big on even the little towns because he feels that based on his experience here, that these are towns that need it.
Yeah, I think I agree on that because there's so many little townships around New Zealand that need the help. If you give them that option, how great and amazing that product is, but not only that, to add wealth will help them rebuild rebuild their township.
Yeah.
You know, they're able to give back to the community in some way as well.
Yeah.
Just like us, you know, you've got to help yourself. You've got to build yourself up first so that you can give. And so this is one way where we can help our people in whichever township that they're in to help themselves first, because it always starts with you, and then they can give back to the community and help others, help their town, help whatever area, whether it's the youth, the hospitals, education. There's many areas. There's many areas where, you know, we can help with that in some small way. And I think we just need to plant it in these areas so that it can start growing.
Okay. Cool.
So what are you leaning towards, like how Celine came over and did her tour in little places and things like that? He would be touring and then would end up with our event in Auckland. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, that's something that we're talking about now. So he's had success with the small towns and touring and bringing up teams. So like I said, he's just come from Townsville. And he's had some success in Melbourne, Victoria, where there were 2 women there. He ran some events there, and now they're just been NMD, ranked NMD. And so that's what I wanted to put out to you guys. A tour or a tour finish with an event, not as big now, because we would have done the whole tour, you know what I mean? Because now we don't have to focus on bringing people from different areas of New Zealand to the one venue, or the tour itself. It depends. The goal is, the goal is to just share this business and this opportunity, the opportunity of health and well-being, and the business. So what do you think? What do you think, Carleen? I like your ideas. How did the tours with Celine go? Because that just happened in August.
Yeah, no, they went awesome. Danny was doing Danny Martin, is that? He was doing his tour at the same time, but because USA went through the devastation, he had to put his tour. But Celine's was awesome. It was about a month of organising for her, and just more or less anywhere that people wanted her to be, as long as they made up the flyers, as long as they got their event sorted, she was on the ball with it. And she did training, she did workshops during the day, and then did events with them at night. It was awesome.
It was.
I mean, I could sort of picture that with Adam, but if he's expecting a following, I mean, most of us over here, like you said, have to work. So if he's expecting a following, he may not get that.
That would be based on what we do in the next 90 days, eh? They'll be based on us. They're going to connect us with, do you know Alex? And there's Alex, someone, she's a female. Apparently she's doing really well as well. They're going to connect us with a few people over there. If we do that connection with who they know and the New Zealand franchisees, I believe that's where the following would come from. That's where the following would come from. No, he hasn't. Okay, the question, has Adam ever been to New Zealand? No, he hasn't. Celine's been there. Had Celine been there before, Carleen?
Yeah. Yep, she has.
Okay, she seems to have a lot to do with New Zealand, eh?
Yeah. She's trying to get our warehouse and our part of it all going now.
Yeah. And that's
awesome.
Too of this. I mean, doesn't the warehouse open up in November?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And our separate websites too. They're trying to organise those as well. There's a lot going on with New Zealand in November.
Yeah, it is, and that's a big plus too for us and our teams, because now they don't have to use the Australian VO and so on and so forth. So. What do you think? So, do you think it would be beneficial if we had a New Zealander with Adam there on the forefront? What's Celine? She's Irish, eh? She's awesome. Hey. Shy.
I think Adam will be awesome, and just with having a New Zealand person listening, it will be awesome. Or someone local from that town and someone near, so that they're relatable, so they can see, hey, this isn't just an Aussie, especially if Aussie sitting and watch the videos. I love listening to Adam, capturing. He's a male, and he's got an awesome story. His wife's in the business, so like family, so I think a lot of people will relate. And if they have that, other friends, I'll do that other community. Someone local, if there's someone around, of course, I'll be happy to jump in, I'm sure. Build them up, make it the idea of the business of the product in their head, what the emphasis on. If they're still interested, we might be able to play into the opportunities which is blah, 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 and hopefully we can march and the opportunities, get all those people that Adam's in their businesses.
Yeah.
Something to kind of feel the deal.
He's got a nice
vibe. Yeah, he does. He's got an awesome vibe.
Yeah, he does. And he's relatable too. But that's where, those that are willing to jump on will join too. And really, we jump. He when he travels with a group. So he's a male. Yeah, absolutely. So that's a different perspective. And he is relatable, and he knows the verbiage. He teaches people as he does the tour with his people. He's just a really nice guy. They've got both of them. They have this vision. They have an awesome vision, and so their vision is for New Zealand. They've been asking Tracy and I. He's been asking Tracy and I, when are we going to New Zealand? When are we going to New Zealand? Well, we can do that. That's going to happen. So that's what the 90-day is. And so that was my talk with Adam and Kira. That they were happy with whatever we did. They were willing to support us with a tour. I believe too, with the success that they've had, they know what works. They just have the benefits when it goes back to New Zealand of us connecting them with people. We start connecting with the New Zealand franchisees there, taking a trip to Turangi, whatever it takes to start building up team. And obviously, the work would have been done in the 90 days. So I'm going to have a chat. Give your thoughts in our team after this, what you think about continuing with an event. I'm easy, but I really want everyone's contribution to that. So, we all have a nice vibe together.
Hey, we've won 2015 Event of the Year, you know. We got an award.
Well, Adam's, you know, when he was talking to me, he goes, these are the places where people embrace this, you know, and Debbie said the same too, you know, and Debbie's from a small town up in Kaikohe, so I don't think we should, and I admit, I think last week I may have been limiting my vision, but yeah, Townsville, mind you, Townsville's a bit bigger than Turangi, but we shouldn't limit our...
I think some people's villages are bigger than Turangi.
Yeah, so how long have you been doing Juice Plus, Carleen?
4 months.
Oh wow, like us. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I stopped it in between, you know, birthing, but yeah, 4 months.
Awesome. We're all pretty new, I think. We're all 4 months new. So, you know, that's a bonus for us. We really want to take this home. We start doing some work here. Mandy, she's got family in Murupara. I've got a heap of family in the Mount. Lizzie's in the Mount. That would be an awesome place to do an event. I would love that. So, you know, let's have some chatting over the next few days about where we want this to go.
I mean, Adam's given us a whole different angle, with the tour.
He has.
It's like, ooh.
What do you think? I like your vibe in our team there, Carleen. He has. I guess in a way there'd be more reach, but we'd have to do just a little bit of work with bringing in the New Zealand franchisees on board with this, and I can't see why we couldn't. If he connects us with the right people in Team Freestyle and we connect with the right people in the New Zealand franchisees, the strategies involved to bringing people to these events. And, you know, because what happened when Celine was doing those events, I was trying to connect my friends and family to those. Maybe I didn't do enough work, but no one went. But if you said that they were just awesome, you know, you're there. You were there with them and getting some training and having some events there with people. So I don't know how many people I spoke to about that, but it could be because I wasn't, you know, I don't know what it was. I just didn't get any people there. They weren't interested. So that's probably come from me and my vibe. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I think it could be that they just needed you there. You know, if they knew you were going to be there, they'd probably turn up. And I think that's with everyone. If they're going to go ahead with the tours and they set wherever we're going to set it in different areas, and if they knew that, you know, whoever bought them or whoever invited them says that I'll be there,
yeah,
I'm sure you have more success in bringing a lot of your family and friends to these events or these tours, because, you know, you've committed yourself to be there and to support them as well, because then that shows your support. I think you just not being there and you're sending them to these events with them
somewhere foreign.
Yeah. You know, it's that fear factor again, you know, but if they know someone there, it allows them to, okay, I'm going now, I'm committing myself because my cousin's going to be there or my auntie or whoever.
But then the only way we're going to get them there is if we say there's a wānanga. So,
yeah.
so then they'll all come.
Well, that's it. And I think if we put all our efforts together as a team, like you said, it will happen. It will work because we're all committed, like we say we are. Then we're committed to go back and support them, you know. That's part of the commitment.
Yeah.
We will be there to support them as well, to show our support.
Yeah. And it's more personal, you're right. It's more personal.
Yeah. And I think even if, you know, we don't all have to be at all the tours, you know, just maybe some, you know, when it gets down, maybe, like you said, and if there's a tour going to be held in Turangi and you've got family there, you know, we'll be there. You don't need to go everywhere else.
Yeah.
So you know, just be where you need to be.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. That's my thoughts.
Yeah. And guys, the groundwork, if we embrace this 90 days, you know, the groundwork would have been done. And we just go there to support our team or wherever they are, okay? But yeah, and that's something we work on too, is that groundwork. So, cool. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for your input. And anything else? Does anyone else want to share anything or add something into chat? It does.
I just want to put something there.
Yes, Liz.
Thinking, what if we had the event as a kickoff for the tours, so that whoever didn't come to the event could catch up at the tour end?
Yeah.
Just a thought.
A kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. I like events. That's just me. I do. I like events. And we've just got, you know, we do have so many people that we can bring on board. We've got heaps of friends in whānau that do miri and rongoa and all those things, and if that's what we're going to do. But, okay, kick off. That's different to, yeah. I like that.
Have him at the event first, you reckon?
That's just my thought. I just thought that
sounds actually pretty good.
And then go out. And then we've got the momentum from that event to take us through the tour. Just my thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that you, Carleen? What did you say?
I'm a little concerned about the tour itself. It's like, okay, so we're going to get him to come over. You know, that's awesome. But he's going to need a fellowship like here. He's going to need people that are travelling with him. He may not get that support if we are eyeballing our event.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it would be too much for everybody to try and get their mini events done in their little towns, and also have the best, you know, set up for our main event.
His events, he pulls in the people in those areas, so that he asked me where most of my team were, where most of my customers were. So what he does, he utilises the people in those areas. That's what he does. That's what I've noticed he does with the tours. He looks at, and this is the big thing he said to me, he looks at the leaders in those areas. Yeah. That's what he looks at. And them pulling people together. He doesn't really, you know, yeah, you're right. Not very many people would know him, but he works together with the people in those areas. He's got team over there. He's got team here in the Gold Coast that are doing really well, that they would coordinate with their team. So that's how Adam works. Doesn't necessarily, you know, he's travelled with just two people to do the events in Australia, and he's had heaps at his events because he brings people in. That's how he works with the tours. I like the kickoff. I like that idea. That's a cool idea. Kick it off. Yeah. Yeah. So thanks guys. Just awesome. We've got a lot done. I believe we've got a lot done. Looking at the yeah. Just write this down. Okay. All right then. That's all. That's all I have. Anything else before we sign off? We can just keep, if you are keen to jump on board and contribute to this, just send me a private message, because then I'll just add you to this group that we created last week. We've just put this out to all our teams, and if you want to jump on board with your ideas, send whoever's here, send them a message, because I think almost everyone's here. Almost everyone is in the committee. And I think it's given us some good food for thought. So first things first is October 1. But I do need a Facebook superstar. I've reached out to one of my team. I haven't heard from her yet. I need someone to create a page for our project and for our tour/event. We will fine tune that over the next few weeks, and some helpers with a few bits and pieces. All right, so if you have ideas how you'd like to also look at how we do the 90-day, please, you know, this is the first time I've done this. I'm hoping to get some more ideas on Saturday, Friday and Saturday, how to do this, but it's just based on my research with what Eric Wari says and what he's done, and just not inventing the wheel, just do what successful people have done. And so thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Can you add me to your freestyle group?
Who's that? You, Carleen?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And can you?
Okay, freestyle is Adam's group. If anyone wants to be in freestyle, just give me a yell. Freestyle's awesome. Awesome. Okay, Carleen into freestyle. Okay, guys, thank you. We'll keep in contact and talk soon.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks, Anita. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.